It's been way too long. Let's get into it.
Yo, rockstar. Yo, I just don't want to chat for you now.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome sis. Okay, so grab a seat, grab a snack. We have a lot to talk about. This is gonna be a makeup and yap session because I haven't spoken to y'all in such a long time. As you say in French, ça fait longtemps. And there's just so much that I really want to catch y'all up on, so let's get into it. Okay, so like I started doing my makeup because we have this event to go to. Today is the last day that we will be doing any like action with the team. If you haven't checked out the vlog, go check that out. If I haven't posted it yet, then it should be the vlog right after this one, where I explain to you that since the season is over, we've been doing a bunch of different random activities that the president said that we had to do. We love that. But today is the last of them, which is a party at his residence. So we're gonna get ready to go there. I'm gonna do my makeup, something really simple, something super cute, and just fill you all in all of the things that have been going on, I guess, for the past year. So yeah. So we're starting with primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, the one with niacinamide. I love this thing. It's almost finished, and I bought it in London, and I really hope that I can find it again before I go back to Trinidad, because I don't know if they have this one in Trinidad. Anyway, so if you didn't know, I play volleyball professionally, and this year I played in France. This is like my 4th time in total in France. I've been here like 3 other times. Clearly, if I said that this is my 4th, right? But this is my 2nd year in the same team. Last year I got injured, so I didn't play much in this season. And then I stayed for a 2nd year, and it was nice, it was cute. The team that we had this year was actually very strong. And the thing is, like, I expected us to do a lot better than we did. I think we all expected that, but our performance just did not match up what we all hoped. So that was a bit disappointing, but whatever. What was nice, highlight of the season, is that my sister came to visit me in February. She turned, no, her birthday was February 19th. I was going to say she turned 19, y'all. She turned 27 years old, like my baby sister. What's crazy to me about that is the fact that when we were all younger, she used to be the one who, like, we would always outsmart to get snacks, right? Oh, I'm going in with the NYX Pro Stick. This is the correcting concealer. I absolutely love this one. It's perfect for my complexion, and I naturally have like dark under eye circles. That's something I'm claiming, like, Lord, if you want to heal me completely from that, like, yeah, we would love that. But until then, this definitely gets my under eye circles all the way together. So when we were younger, she always used to taste pepper in food, right? Food that didn't even have pepper in it. So we would always buy pylori from this lady. Like, when I say we, like my big sisters and I, my other sisters and I, whenever we finished our pylori, we would always like go to hers, because she would be eating dry pylori, or like no sauce, no pepper, nothing. And she'll be like, pepper. I'm like, Chelsea, what? Because the rest of us had pepper sauce in ours. So anyways, that little girl is now 27 years old, and I'm just like, where did the time go? And it was so like such a strange feeling for me, because she's my baby sister, right? And the fact that she's shorter than the rest of us does not help. So when she was traveling, this is her first time in Europe, which meant it was her first time taking a train. It was her first time like traveling such long distance, and so I was really nervous for her, like having to travel all of that distance by herself. Granted, she went to school in the US, lived in the US by herself for the longest while, didn't even have like a big sister or anybody worrying about her. Yet when she came over here, I was like low-key freaking out. Like, I didn't want her to miss a flight. I didn't want her to like be in any stress at the airport. I'm going with the MAC Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face pen. This is in the shade NC50. So I was really nervous for her to get here, but thankfully she did get here safely, and we had a blast. Like, I really wanted her to have a wonderful experience, because I'm so proud of her, like, as a big sister, and I think that she's such an amazing human being. Like, she sacrificed a lot in her life for others, especially for our grandmother, who passed away last year. Why am I tearing up on that? Okay, it's because I look, you still have not like gotten over it. But it's not that kind of vlog. It's not that kind of video. But she sacrificed a lot when Granny was still alive and took care of her, you know, in her latter years. And I just wanted her to like feel seen when she came here and know that, you know, somebody could also take care of her too. So anyway, on her birthday, I surprised her with a trip to Brussels, which is in Belgium, if you didn't know. And it was so much fun because, you know, she loves to travel. That's something. And she came to France and I wanted her to feel as though she got like multiple trips in one trip. She had a layover in Barbados as well, so she got to spend time with some people there. So she got like her full money's worth. Now, before she arrived, I ordered this bouquet of cupcakes for her because I know she's not somebody who loves like a lot of sweets and cake and stuff. So I figured if I just did like a bouquet of cupcakes, it wouldn't be too sweet, but at the same time, it would be cute, it would be aesthetic, she'll be able to take cute pictures, and I think she would enjoy, you know, something small. You know, this girl didn't even appreciate that. Okay, she appreciated the thought, but she literally like ate, I don't know, all of one cupcake. If she even ate a whole one, I think there were 8 in total, so I ended up eating like the majority of it. And she actually would have preferred fruit instead. And the lengths I went through to get that bouquet of cupcake, I'll put a picture here if I can. But it was so cute and I was so proud of myself. And then when she like said, thank you, you'll be eating most of it, I was like, okay, cool. But anyways, that's good for her that, you know, she prefers fruit. She literally said that she would prefer a bouquet of fruit over a bouquet of cupcake. So I was like, okay, you know, at least I know now. But that was nice. So on her birthday itself, when we woke up, I was like, okay, I had practice that morning. So I said, after practice, we're going to spend your birthday together. So get dressed and meet me at the gym, which she did. I told her, okay, we're going to go on a bus. She had no idea where we were going. So we got on the bus and I wanted, like I said, to surprise. I wanted it to be super cute. And when we got to the bus stop, I walked up to the bus conductor and of course I was speaking in French because I didn't want her to understand what I was saying. So of course I took up my phone and confirmed the bus ticket. We communicated that in French and we got on the bus. And then like people are talking, people are being loud, and I told myself, I was like, if somebody like shouts out the country that we're going to right now, I'll be really annoyed because I'm working so hard to like hide this secret that if someone blurts out something about Belgium, she would figure it out immediately. So as soon as we settle into our seats, I'm like, okay, I start the video and I take this bag of chocolates out of my bag. And the chocolates that I had were actually from Belgium because I took a day trip just a few days prior. So I take the bag out the bag and I start the video and I'm like, if you can figure out where these chocolates are from, you're figuring out where we're going to spend it with it today. So as soon as I take out the bag, she looks on the bag and she sees like writing on it. And she says, well, I see Belgium on the bag, so, and I was like, bruh. Are you for real? I was so disappointed. Like, I couldn't believe that I was the one who sold my own self out. I was so annoyed because I had done so well at keeping a secret that, like, in the last minute, she was supposed to figure out that the country that's famous for chocolate is Belgium. So that she would know, oh, we're going to Belgium to have chocolate. So we're going to Belgium to have waffles. Like, anyway, long story short, she figured it out. I ruined my own surprise, but that was fine because in about an hour and a half, we were in Belgium. It was a bus ride, it didn't take long at all. And it was a lot of fun. We walked around, we went to visit the different sightseeing spots. So that was on her birthday. And then the Saturday, as God would orchestrate everything, our away game the weekend that she was here was actually in Paris. And I live literally like an hour by train from Paris. So she took the train and met me in Paris with her friend. They hung out a bit that day and then they came to my game in the night and it was really nice. Like, it was nice to have her in the crowd. It's been such a long time that I've had like one of my family members with me overseas and like watching me play volleyball, and it was just a nice feeling. Even though like I searched that entire game like trying to find where she was seated in the stands because like I said, she is small. And this girl sat all the way to the top. It was so annoying that I couldn't find her really quickly, but whatever. It was so nice that she was there. Well, we slept in Paris and then the following day we went to like do all of the sightseeing, touristy things. So we went to the Eiffel Tower, we visited Arc de Triomphe, I walked with her on Champs-Élysées, we visited the Sacré-Cœur, which is the famous church there. It was just a bunch of nice things and she really, more than anything, like appreciated the architecture because she studied architecture in school and that's just her thing. She really loves architecture. So where is my, gonna set that now with the Sasha Buttercup setting spray. I literally have not used another setting spray in my entire like makeup life. Like I have never bought another setting spray. This is probably the second time I ever bought a setting spray, and it's just always been Sasha, like every time. Not that there aren't any better ones. I just personally, I like this one. I'm comfortable with it, and so like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? Yeah, it just gets you right every time. You know what else has been getting me right every time? Bro, boho braids. This is the second time that I have it in my hair now. Like literally this year would have been the first time that I did boho braids, and I know that it's something that has been done like since last year, possibly even the year before that, I'm not too sure. But these braids, I don't know, I just feel like they just look so good. So I had the black ones, like last time that I had braids in my hair, I did it in black and it was long. This is what it looked like, super cute. And now I have these short red ones. To be honest, like I planned to do this hair since last year, so I brought this actual hair with me from Trinidad, but I'm not sure yet if I prefer the black long one or if I like this one. I feel like this one is nice, it's fun, it gives summertime, it gives like we're ready for vacation. But I feel like the black, I don't know, something about it also just is like elegant and really nice. So let me know in the comments. This is what, like I said, the picture of the black one, this is what it looks like, and then this is what the I looks like. I think I put both pictures like side by side here. Tell me which one you like on me better, and I think that's what I will do next, because I do not care. I will literally do this style all 2025. I will take it out and I will just do different colors, different lengths. Usually I like blonde hair as well. I feel like blonde goes well with my skin tone, but I don't know. So yeah, I'll be doing that all 2025 and nobody can tell me otherwise. For brows, we're doing the NYX the brow glue in dark brown. I found this glue like for the first time this year and I really love it. I think the applicator brush is super cute and I like the way that it like keeps my brows done. So personally, along with the Got To Be glue, you know, the one that is in the yellow tube, I really like that one as well. And now this is another second fave. I think I will say I like this one more for when I'm not doing any makeup at all, because this has a little bit of color in it, a little bit of tint in it, so it just gives my brow like a little extra oomph. By the way, I learned online how to do it like this. So they said that if you do it the opposite direction first, you get all of the product in, and then you smoothen the brows out like that. So I like this one, like I said, when I'm not wearing makeup because it gives a little tint, and then the other one, I mean, I just always really like that one as well. Side note, if you want to buy that and you're living in Europe, I highly recommend getting it in normal because it's literally half the price than in the supermarket. Why the supermarket want to sell that thing for 11 something euros and normal literally has it for 5? Like, make it make sense. It literally doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of eyeshadow. Yo, look at this palette. Those who know, this is the Jackie Hill collaboration with Morphe since like, I don't know, 20, God alone knows when. I absolutely love it. This is when I used to watch Jacqueline Hill for makeup, for everything on YouTube. Like, she was one of my favorite YouTubers and she did this palette and dedicated it to all her loving subscribers, and I definitely was one of them, a faithful subscriber, because I remember when she released this palette, I was on a volleyball trip with the national team, and I remember we sat at the breakfast table, and when she released this palette, like it was going to be obviously a limited edition palette, and the moment that she released it, like I sat with 2 phones. I remember my teammate, she was watching me, and like she actually supported me because she gave me her phone too. And we sat there and I made sure that I was one of the first to be grabbing one of these palettes. I wanted it so bad and I got it, so it was definitely worth it. I have this palette since then and I just love that it has so many warm colors, and then if you want like a pop of like bright other colors, blue, purples, it just has everything in it. But I've been using this palette. So anyway, on the list of life updates, next on the updates would be I recently stopped drinking, and it is not a brag at all. I'm not one of those girlies who's here boasting about not drinking alcohol anymore. I like my glass of wine. I like my little cocktails. Like I love all of those things. Am I an alcoholic? No, I won't classify myself as one, says every alcoholic ever, but for real though, says every alcoholic ever too, for real. I'm not trying to convince anybody, okay? I just like, I don't want to pass it off as though like I had a problem I needed to stop. It wasn't like that, but it's just like I felt really strong that the Holy Spirit was tugging on my heart to give it up. And it's something that at first I was like, okay, yes, Lord, like I'm gonna lean into. And I did stop drinking back in 2023, at the end of 2023. And that was the year that I got injured. And that was cool, but then after a while, like I just kind of mentally convinced myself that, you know, maybe it wasn't really God who was telling me to stop drinking. Maybe I just kind of like overthought it. Maybe it's not that deep, you know, like I could control how much I drink. It wasn't like I was getting drunk every weekend anyway. So, you know, I just told myself that I would just kind of like limit how much I drink, who I drink around, that type of thing. And then this year the Holy Spirit spoke to me about it again. If you have not yet watched the video about like, you know, how I stopped drinking, then just go watch it because it gives you a lot more detail. But the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because one, it is a major life update for me. It's been only 6 weeks, but at the same time, like it's something that, you know, like when you make a decision in your heart and you're kind of like, okay, I'm gonna stick to it this time. It feels like that for me, you know. It feels like this time, until the Lord releases me, which to be very honest, I don't see that happening anytime soon. It's just like alcohol is just going to be a no for me. And I'm not at all condemning any person who drinks, because I don't think that it's a sin. As a matter of fact, I think that a lot of believers are able to manage their liberties well, and they're able to be responsible with it, and they can still be like fully committed to Christ, fully being used by Him, operating fully in their purpose, and still drinking as well. I just think that, you know, He calls some of us to not engage in certain things. And I do believe that if you have a relationship with God and you're used to hearing His Holy Spirit, and you know when you know that God has spoken to you and He's told you to do something, then even if it's not like inherently a sin, then you not doing that thing that God has told you to do is a sin, because you're then walking in disobedience. And the last thing I want to do is walk in disobedience, because if obedience is a blessing, then disobedience is a curse. Who trying to curse themselves? Not me. So as for me at my house, we will not be drinking any alcohol. But like I said, the only reason why I'm talking about it is because, one, like I said, it's a major life update. But the second reason is because I know in my Noah that there are other believers who God is calling like not to drink in this season. And I want to just like be that voice of encouragement that like you can walk in obedience, and you can like have fun and, you know, hang out with the girls and not drink. Like there are other believers who are also like being called away from it. So I don't want you. Oh, by the way, sorry. This is the MAC Global Glow. Global Glow. This is what it looks like. A OG, a fave. Absolutely love. Yeah, I don't want you to feel like you're alone. If you feel like in your heart God is calling you away from it, know that there are other believers. There's literally a scripture I was sharing with my sister last night, and she was just kind of like talking with me about something that she's also struggling with. I was just encouraging her that this Bible verse, I will find it. I really want to find this, hold on. It's 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 9. Well, from verse 8 says, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy the devil prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of sufferings." So just an encouragement that there are literally other believers like all over the world who are enduring some level of suffering, some degree of suffering, some type of suffering. It may look different to each person, but know that you're not the only person who's struggling, and there are other believers who are also struggling with exactly what you're struggling with right now. So let that be an encouragement that you have Christian community, that you have godly people who are also like sacrificing for the love of Christ in order to be closer to Him and to be used by Him. And I just want you to feel comforted in that you're not alone, you know. Oh, that by the way, sorry. You know, sometimes I'm challenged in multitasking, but this is MAC Raisin. If you know, you know. It's another OG blush, y'all. I have broken this thing like, but it's so nice. I think it's a nice blush on like darker skin girls. I think it looks cute. I think it's just my complexion. But yeah, the last reason that I want to say why I'm sharing that as well is because I feel like the more that I talk about it is more like me convincing me that this is a thing, like this is for real. Like I feel like when it was just, I mean, even though I did share about it a little bit on my TikTok, but like I spoke about it once and then I kept it pushing. But I feel like the more I talk about it and the more I share it with other people, then it's like it's real, you know. It's one thing to be doing something, you know, behind the scenes where, you know, nobody really knows about it, but I feel like the more that it's out in the open, there's like a higher level of accountability. And I guess in a way, it's like me low-key kind of asking you all also to encourage me on this journey because, like I said, it's not something, oh, sorry. That was the MAC Dark Deepest Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. Love this powder. I have not used another like makeup powder in my life, for real. In my 31 years of living, it's been just that. Yeah, I guess this is kind of like low-key me asking y'all to also encourage me, support me, help me, and just like keep me accountable because I do want to be out here honoring God, and you know, I just pray that these sacrifices that I make for Him, to be closer to Him, to be used by Him, you know, that they reap the harvest that I know that that it would, you know what I mean? So yeah, enough on that. Oh, this is the Black Opal. I need to stop like forgetting and just be like, oh, but it is what it is. Black Opal, True Color. I think these are foundation, yeah. It's a cream stick foundation and it's in the shade Black Walnut. This is what I'm using to contour. I don't remember telling you all about this. So just in case I didn't, I used the MAC Studio Radiance 24-Hour Luminous Lift Concealer in the shade NC50. So that's what I use as my under eye highlights. And the one that I used on my T-zone was the LA Girl Pro Conceal. And this is in the shade Fawn. So yeah. Personally, by the way, I don't use the LA Girl Pro Conceal under my eyes because I have dry under eyes and that just dries my under eyes out like so bad, and it has my eyes looking super sunken. So just in case you're wondering like why when you put on the makeup it like gets cakey, it looks like very sunken, you see like these like, I don't know, almost bags after you've worn the makeup, it's probably because your eyes are dry and your skin is just like sucking up all of the makeup. So pro tip, I'm going to fill in my brows now. This is the part that I'm going to use. This is the, wow. This is what the cover looks like. So I don't remember exactly what it is. I want to feel as though it's the L'Oreal Paris. It's a brown eyeliner, but I am honestly not even 100% sure now because it's so old. It could be, I don't know. Filling in my brows with that now. So anyway, moving right along, this season, like I said, has now come to an end, and with this being the last event, it means that from tomorrow, girls are going to be starting to head back home. I unfortunately am not one of those girls because the way that my ticket was purchased, I'm not going to be back in Trinidad until May. I'm not even afraid of, like I said this in my vlog, I'm not even afraid of saying this here because I know that nobody in my family watches my content. And just in case any one of them does watch it, comment and let me know who. Let me know which of my sisters or cousins watching this video right now. And I just said I'm going to be back in Trinidad on May 2nd. Who knows that now? And if you know, don't tell anybody else. I'm sure nobody is going to know. Anyway, so I want to surprise them. I'm going to surprise, nah, the only person I'm not going to surprise is my sister, like the biggest sister. Because I need somebody to pick me up from the airport. Duh. Like, I'm not trying to be taking a taxi from the airport to my home, excuse me. Anyway, so, you know, everybody talks about like, oh, it's so nice to travel the world, live abroad. Like, people see me doing that and they're like, oh my gosh, wow, that's so nice. Nobody talks about how difficult it is when it's time to leave. You know what it is to pack up an entire apartment after living in that space for 2 years? Let alone those who live for like more than 2 years. It is so frustrating. It's like everywhere you turn, there is something that you own that has to be packed away. And the thing is, when you're packing up, at least like for me, like you have to pack everything because the next person that's going to occupy this place is going to come like just a few months after. So everything has to be like completely cleared. And I'm now in a position where after being here for 2 years, to be very honest, like I hoped that I would have stayed here much longer than that. So because that was like my frame of mind, you know, when I came here to this team, I allowed myself to settle in. So I went ahead. Okay, hold on. I need to do my brows off camera because I can't talk and do my brows, and I'll be right back. Okay, brows done. What was I saying? I was saying that I really loved it here. I really love the team. I love the coaches, staff, working with them. They also loved working with me. I'm going to use MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus in lavender. You know, they have like a whole bunch of different ones. This one is kind of like third way, about a third left in it. Yeah. And so I allowed myself to settle in, and I bought a bunch of things. I bought a blender, I bought like stuff for the house. These pillows you see behind there, like I bought that. Like, so I just have now accumulated so many things that as it's time to go back to Trinidad, like the frustration of packing all of my things up to go, like really got to me. I would say got to me because like I'm now starting to mentally see a way through it. Like yesterday, I had such a horrible like mental day. I was so overwhelmed. It's all fun and games until it's time to pack up and leave. Like, we don't talk enough about that. So I just like did the best that I could. I finished packing 2 suitcases and there was still so many things around. I was like, I need to leave. I got out of the apartment. I went for a walk. I got some fresh air. And I came to the conclusion, like, I just need to buy a 3rd suitcase because at this point, like, it is what it is. I don't have a choice. I just going to have to pay the cost of taking my life home, and this is just the cost of the life that I now live. And for the longest while, I guess I was just trying to like do the cheapest route because I'm already going to have to pay for the 2nd one. So I was trying to avoid like paying for the 3rd one, but I was like, Shannon, like you can't, oh gosh, my alarm just went off. You can't like want to live this life and not want the cost that comes with it. And that's a word for somebody. There are certain things that come with certain privileges that we have in life. There's a responsibility that comes with it. When you talk about even like wanting like a bigger platform, when we talk about like wanting more wealth and increase in finances, when we talk about wanting to be married, when we talk about wanting children, like there's so many things that we desire in life. We have to recognize that there's a cost attached to it. Are we willing to pay the price? That is something we have to ask ourselves. And so the price that I have to pay in living overseas and being here for a long time is that when it's time to pack up and leave, there's a heavy price, a heavy cost incurred in picking my life up and moving it back where I came from. And so this is just what it is. I have to accept it. I have to now calculate that into when I'm considering my next contract to know, okay, if I decide like, okay, I want a family member to come and visit me, or if something happens to my family members or someone close to me back in Trinidad, can I pick myself up on a whim, buy a flight and head back to Trinidad as soon as possible? If I want to purchase things over here that I know for a fact that I can't get in Trinidad, am I able to buy everything and pay for the suitcase to be able to take it back? If my phone falls down and breaks, am I able to pay to buy a new phone the next day or the same day, you know? And I must be able to afford these things without thinking to myself, oh my gosh, if I buy a new phone tomorrow, or if I have to buy a new laptop, or if I have to buy a new camera, like I can't have groceries for a month. Like, no. So these are the things that I have to consider when like negotiating contracts, when even showing up to practice every single day, because the work that I put in practice determines how I play on the court, and then how I play on the court determines my value as a player and how much money I make the next season. So just things to keep in mind. Okay, for lashes, I'm going to use the Catrice Glam and Doll Volume Mascara. This is literally like the 4th, I think, tube of this. I swear by this mascara. Okay, I don't swear, but like I absolutely love this mascara. I love what it does for my lashes, and it's so inexpensive. I found this website. It's called notino.fr. It's a French website, yes, but for one of these, I literally pay €4 or $4.50, something like that. Definitely under €5. Okay, I need to use this mirror. Oh, which reminds me, I need to make another order. I need to buy one of these before I go back home. It doesn't take long to arrive though, so that'll be fine. You know what else I wanted to tell y'all? So, okay, in light also of like considering, you know, what you will and will not accept the following season in terms of like contract value and stuff like that. So I want to just encourage you to be okay with saying no, even when you don't have another option. It's okay to know what you want and what you don't want. And it's okay to say no to things when you know that you want something better and you know that you deserve something better. It's better to wait for better than to accept something out of fear that better won't come. And that's not just true for contracts, but it's literally true for every other area in life. Like, don't just settle for a man that's interested in you now because you're afraid that you will be 35 and you will never find the love of your life, or that, you know, who you truly desire will never come around. This will be the only man that ever shows that type of serious interest in you. Like, don't accept things just because you're afraid of what you truly desire never coming to pass. Like, it's better to say no and wait, y'all, than to just settle for literally subpar, less than what you deserve. And I know that it's easier said than done, but this is coming from somebody who is about to walk away from something that she knows, or something that she loves, or something that is familiar, because I know deep down in my heart that I deserve better, and I know that better is coming. And even if this is like quote unquote a wrong decision that I'm making to walk away from this team, I know that the God that I serve works everything that I go through in life, every mistake that I make, every step that I take together for my good and for his glory. So nothing is going to be wasted. So I just want to encourage you to like make the decision. If you know in your heart that you deserve better, if you know that better is coming, if you know that what you have is not what you want, is not what you should be settling for, then be patient and trust that God will bring that very thing that you desire to come to pass, if he's the one who's given that desire to you in the first place. Okay, something I like to do with my brows. So this is an old mascara. This is an old tube. I don't throw them away immediately. I like to take the old brush that has like a little bit of residual product on it and just kind of comb through my brow hairs. I feel like it just gives the brow a little oomph, you know? Okay, let me finish, get dressed, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. Let me know what you think. Today I'm just gonna wear a white shirt, jeans, and some gold accessories. I feel like it just elevates the look a lot. My nails are already blue, so that in itself is also gonna be an accessory. On my lips, I did this combo. They're both by Fenty. It's the, what do you call this? This is the Gloss Bomb Sticks. It's in the shade Fenty Glow number 3. And then this is the Gloss Bomb in the shade Fussy. So I put these two together. That's the combo I'm wearing on my lips. I think that I want to add a little bit of eyeliner. So I'm just going to like do a thin line on a tight line like this. I feel like it just was missing a little something. You see what I mean? It brings it together a little more, right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's the final look. If you want to see the outfit of the day, then head over to my TikTok. I will leave the handle right here, or my Instagram. The handle is also right here. And y'all, today, first of all, thank you so much for watching today's video. I pray that something that I said resonated with you, encouraged you. If there's anything that you take away from today's video, I want it to be that you trust God completely with wherever you are right now. And if you feel as though where you are does not align with the abundance that God has called you to live in, to have, if you have a close relationship with him and there's an unsettling in your spirit about a decision that you have to make, and you think that that decision is to walk away, then walk away and lean in fully to trusting God and to trusting that his thoughts towards you are good, that his plans are always to give you a hope and a future and an expected end, and that, not my alarm interrupting us, and that his ways and his plans are always better. I know that even though right now I don't know what my future holds, I can have peace and I can rest in the assurance that I know the one who holds my future. And so I know that one day I will come back here and testify on the same little internet on my YouTube channel and let y'all know, y'all, God did it again. He came through, and I will be playing here next season. Until then, you know, I will just trust him in the in-between, and I pray that I'm a faithful steward of this platform that he has given me, and that I'm able to grow it with him and with y'all. Y'all, right now we are on 2,000 something. Let's make it to 3,000 subscribers. What do you say? Like, could we do it? So let's do that this summer. That's my goal. And yeah, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, by the way, girl, what you doing? Like, join the fam, turn the notification bell on so that you never miss an upload and so that you're the first one to see the video and comment. Please be sure to leave me a cute comment, a comment of encouragement, so that I can leave you one as well in return in the comment section. I have to say, y'all, I completely forgot to plug in my microphone to record this video, so if the volume is a bit soft, please forgive me. Next video, I pray that I remember to plug in my microphone so that our quality can be crisp and clean. Thank you so much for watching again. I'll see you in my next video, God's willing, and until then, be strong and take heart. Bye.